Good evening and welcome to Mr. Wilson Live. We were here earlier and we were looking at the 2020 paper. Now, we were not able to finish that paper. We had to look at some other duties. But my students are saying that they want to share their class time with the other persons on the internet. They particularly spoke about those persons who probably were in disconnect. They wanted to spend some time with these persons on the internet. So for that reason, I am here early to share with you. We're going to be looking at the 2020 paper. We did the first 30 question earlier. We're going to be doing the other 30 question. And if time will allow, we're going to be doing other papers. The thing about it is that I am not going to be teaching tonight. It's going to be, I know in Jamaica we have some games that you find some scripture in the Bible and you have to do it very, very fast. Or if you go to some function and they're giving a phone card, you have to be really, really fast on your finger to type the answer. That's what we're going to be doing now. Because we're taking it that a lot of persons would have completed a whole lot of past papers, a whole lot of studies. And now it's just about to say, where am I? How quickly can I give this answer? Now, I want to warn us before we get into the show that when you get to that exam tomorrow, despite you would have gone through 10, 20, 15 years worth of past paper, I strongly recommend that you read the questions carefully so that you are not fooled or there's no room for mistakes, so to speak, tomorrow. Because if we make mistakes tomorrow, it could mean that we're going to be waiting another year or another lengthy time before we can do the exam again. Now, if you're just joining, I am Mr. Wilson and we are streaming from the Caribbean. If you don't know the genesis, I have been here through COVID when we had major disconnect. I have been serving students from across the Caribbean. So last year we were able to give 7.5 hours of classes free every week, right up to exam. Unfortunately, we can't do that this year. But this year there are some persons who have been very kind to us. And I want to say thanks to all those parents and students who made TCP Academy possible. We were able to run classes from October last year until tomorrow night. We're going to be running classes because there were some persons who actually believed in what we did last year and decided that they would have supported us. I am really, really grateful for that. And I'm looking forward to see new persons aligning themselves to the TCP brand come next school year. Now, we're going to be taking about a month or two off because, I mean, it has been really, really trying. You know that TCP Academy is like none other. So our program is not one that is train track. If you want to do a topic, you can come and pay to do the topic. If you want to do a single lab, you can come and pay to do the single lab. If you want to do a section of a syllabus, you can pay for that. Whatever the learner wants, that is what we offer. It's not a case that we're going to be telling you that, oh no, you can't come on board now because it's late in the year. No, 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 no. Whenever you come, whatever you have to cover, we will design a product with that. So if mitosis and meiosis is your problem, we'll treat with that. If you are looking at natural selection, we'll treat with that. If you are looking at genetics, we will treat with that. Whatever your needs are, when it comes to TCP Academy, we have some very small programs. We have our weekend programs. We design programs to fit the need of the learner for the time when we are doing the content. So if you call us up to assist you with the SBA, whether it be human and social biology or biology, of course, you understand that this is on our paid platform. So as much as possible, we try to assist. Might I also say to those persons who are joining, students and teachers, we have pretty much almost all the labs that are for they're out there for biology. CXC Biology would have those in animation on our YouTube platform, some on the YouTube platform, and others, of course, on the paid platform, the teachable platform. So we are trying our best to animate the entire syllabus for our Caribbean students. We would have heard in Jamaica from our students, each time we have to download a video from Europe, that we don't understand what they're saying. They're talking very, very fast. We can't understand. So for that reason, we were driven to pretty much slow down that by building our own animation. You would have seen my animation for ecology with the quadrant. You would have seen I have animated all the food tests. You would have seen that. We've animated germination. We have animated all the methods of collecting organism. All those things in section A of the syllabus, we have animation for them. We continue to build out the capacity. We have for the eyes, we have for the skeletal system, we have for the bicep, tricep, we have the muscle flexing and all of that. We have all of those animations. Some you'll see on YouTube, some is not on you. Some of them they are not on YouTube, but we do have them on the paid platform. At some point, we'll be packaging them and allowing school to have access to them. But for now, they are really available to our paid learners. And some, like I said, we have about 490 something videos on YouTube that you can pretty much partake in. Please be reminded, if you are on our YouTube channel, remember to subscribe, remember to share the videos as soon as they come out. And I don't consider myself a keeper of knowledge, neither do I think that I know everything. And as I go day by day on the TCP platform or the CSET Biology platform on YouTube, I continue to learn, I continue to grow, I continue to correct errors. And where there are errors and persons respectfully communicate them to me, I, as much as possible, try to revisit the content and to make correction where needed. There are some content that we would have corrected, persons would have reached out to us. So I do hope that where we had an error, if there was any, those persons are here tonight, and we can share in the correction and be ready for the exam tomorrow. Usually persons only know Mr. Wilson during exam time. So like tomorrow I'm on the road, everybody's waiting to know me. Next week nobody will. But that's fine. We can sign up to the platform for September. Please do. Please tell somebody. We're doing a lot of work over here, a whole lot of work, a whole lot of work. More so with the animations. I don't know that there's anybody with as much local design animation as the TCP Academy. Like I said, we are building out the entire syllabus in animation, where students, you would have seen our animation for, we have an animation out for the menstrual cycle, and that is just the first part. We're going to improve on that animation. We have something out for birth contraceptive, and we're going to be building out on that as well. So like I said, we put videos out and then we go back to the drawing board and we make it better as time allows us to. We're going to be doing that. Now, as it were, persons have been asking about cake biology. We're going to be adding cake biology to the brand, either on YouTube or on Teachable. But we're going to be starting out pretty slow this year with cake biology, as we would have done HSB and biology. We're going to be starting out slowly with that. With that said, thank you very much for being here. I know all the Caribbean island would have been represented. We were able to reach about 1,000 persons based on YouTube statistics a while ago when we had 30 questions. So now we're going to be hopping right into the questions where we're looking at the Human and Social Biology 2020 paper. And like I said, to answer, all you need to do is to say what number question you're answering, put the letter that indicates your answer, and as much as possible, it would be nice if you're able to say which Caribbean island you're from. That's going to be nice. All right. It doesn't really matter whether you're wrong or right. We love for you to be right. But if you get the practice now by putting in wrong or right before the night ends, you'll realize that you are getting righter and righter and righter, if there's such a word. For the persons who are on my TCP platform, if you can't see what is here, you can just log on to TCP Academy and you'll be able to access the papers and see them and move through them as you so desire. So I am seeing 29B. This must have been earlier. I'm not too sure why 29B, but you can tell me. And I'm seeing 31 as well. Okay, we are moving on to 31. I'm not too sure why we have 29B, but you can just type if there's something that we missed or we went wrong with, you can tell me. So we are moving right into the question. Good evening again, and welcome to the show. So we are looking at item 31, and item 31 refers to a neuron. So it refers to the following diagram of a neuron. And the neuron, there are really three types that we look at here. we are going to have the motor neuron, the sensory neuron, and the intermediate neuron, which has many names. So which labeled part is the axon? Now, what we know about the axon is that the axon is carrying information away from the cell body. So which labeled part here is going to be the axon? Will it be A1, B2, C3, or will it be D? Tell us in the comment below. All right, here we go. We're off. So we are looking at question number 1. What will be your answer for 31? Will it be A, B, C, or D? Your name might just be reflected or posted on the screen if your answer is correct. So some answer coming in there, and we want to make sure that we honor those persons who follow the rule. So we were going to Guyana just now. So Guyana 31 is C. So Harry from Guyana. Hi, Harry. I know Otisha over there. I have some clients over there in Guyana. Many there in Guyana. All right, 32. Liam noticed that his face is flushed red after playing football. Which of the following process causes face to be flushed? A, insulation. B, evaporation. C, vasodilation. And D, vasoconstriction. What is your answer for question 32? As you write your answer for question number 32, I want to say publicly thanks to my family who would have made it possible for me to spend time with you on Father's Day when I should be spending with my kids and significant other. They would have allowed me to share with you. I think that is the power of love and pretty much sharing in education. All right, so as much as we can, we will try to block the persons who are posting, but can't tell you that we're always going to get it right. But as much as you see something on the screen, we try to do the blocking. All right, so let us look at 32 and what's the answer there for 32. 32 is going to be, let me look at my, all right, thank you guys. 32 is going to be from Jamaica. All right, let's get back to what we're doing. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Where am I? All right, so we did 32 just now, and that is C, vasodilation. So we move on to 33. Now, so 33, we're going to have a new thing. We're looking at the kidney now. So for 33, the question reads, item 33 refers to the following diagram showing a longitudinal section through a kidney, through the human kidney. So we have the cortex there and we have the medulla. Now, what we want to find out in this question, which of a label structure contains the loop of Henle? Is it A, pelvis, B, urethra, C, cortex, or D, medulla? What is your answer for question 33? All right, Guyana is saying it is D. All my friends out of Guyana, they are saying that it is D. I'm not too sure what the Jamaicans are saying. I don't know what the Grenadians are saying. The Trinidadians are saying D as well. Trinidadian, they are saying D. So Trinidad, Guyana, I don't remember if I saw Jamaica answering. All those persons are saying that it is D. Remember, we have a format. All right, so let's go to the Trinidadian. They'll have it for D. All right, great. So 34 is going to be an example of cranial reflex involuntary action is A, knee jerk, B, pupil reflex, C, dropping a hot object, D, eating food when hungry. Is it A, B, C, or D for 34? A, B, C, or D for 34? So I'm seeing the Jamaicans, they are answering. They are saying that it's B. Trinidadians are saying that it's B. The Guyanese, they are saying that it is B, and the Jamaican, they are insisting that it's going to be B. I'm seeing somebody answering there, but I'm not too sure which of the island you're from, but I'm seeing those answers. So 34 it is. We're looking at 34. So Tracy Brown from Jamaica. She's saying that it is B, and she leads there with B. We're going to move on to 35, and 35 is looking at the eye. Item 35 refers to the following diagram of a longitudinal section through the human eye. We're seeing X there. The part labeled X is the A, iris, B, cornea, C, ciliary muscle, or D, circular muscle. Which part is labeled X in the iris? Question 35. So Jamaica is saying that it is A. Guyana is saying that it's A. Can you please zoom in the paper? I'm very sorry, I don't have that feature. All right. 35, Jamaican, they insist that it is A. The Trinidadians are also saying that it is A. So the Guyanese, the Trinidadian, the Jamaicans, they are saying that it is A, and they insist that it is going to be A. 35, they say that it's going to be A, the iris for the answer. Now, 36, the central nervous system is made up of the brain and spinal cord, A, B, brain and spinal nerves, C, brain and cranial nerves, and of course, D, spinal cord and cranial nerves. What's your answer for 36? Jamaicans are saying, the Guyanese are saying A, the Jamaicans are saying A. The Jamaicans insist, the Guyanese are also insisting. Well, Guyana is now saying B. I'm not too sure what's happening in Guyana, but they are saying A and they are saying B. The Jamaicans are insisting that it is A. Tyson, remind me of your Caribbean island, Lorette. Oh, that's Antigua. Antigua is saying A as well. The Jamaicans, they insist that it is A. Jamaican is insisting that it is A. So we have to go to the answer now. I believe the Jamaicans that it's going to be A. So that is going to be the brain and the spinal cord. 37. Which of the following birth control method is considered to be the least reliable? A, condom, B, rhythm, C, oral contraceptive, D, intrauterine device. What's your answer for 37? What is SKN? Somebody can help me. I'm starting getting old. Oh, St. Kitts and Nevis. Okay, so St. Kitts and Nevis is saying the answer is, where is it? I'm sure I saw St. Kitts and Nevis. All right, SKN. I think I like the integration. All right, so like Mr. Wilson, get to know the flags. All right, so St. Kitts and Nevis hanging in there. Guyana is there with B. Jamaica is there with B. Trinidad is also saying that it's B, but Trinidad is now saying that it's C. Antigua is saying that it is B. All right, so let's look at what it is. Antigua is saying that it is B. All right, so rhythm method is going to be the least reliable method. And we're now thinking about a rhythm that you have to know that calendar to do that thing that you want. 38, which of the following comparison is not true for nervous and hormonal control? All right, so for nervous control, we are saying that messages travel slowly and take longer to have effect. That's for A. And hormonal control, messages travel fast and have a rapid effect. B. Nervous, chemical messages travel across the synapses. Hormonal, only chemical messages are involved. C. Nervous, electrical messages travel along the nerve, along neurons. Hormonal messages are transported in blood. D, nervous, the response is usually short-lived. Hormonal, the effect are often long-lasting. So we're looking at not. What is your answer for 38? Is it A, B, or C? So the Guyanese, they are saying A. St. Kitts and Nevis, they are also saying A. The Jamaicans are saying A. Trinidadians are saying A. Antigua is also saying A. The Jamaicans are insisting that it is A. The other island, what's with the other island? We're not seeing you. Trinidad, I'm seeing you. You are saying that it's A. I'm seeing Guyana. I'm seeing St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm seeing Antigua. I'm seeing Jamaica again. Yes. Hungry Bucky. All right, give me a minute. All right, so the Jamaicans there, 38A. All right, 39. Careful, mind your fall. 39. Fertilization occur in the oviduct when A, a sperm is released, B, the ovum is released, C, sexual intercourse takes place, D, the sperm fuses with the ovum. What's your answer? Which Caribbean island will get it this time? We're looking at item 39. All right, item 39, 39. No. That's Barbados, D, Barbados, Trinidad, D, Antigua, D. Item 39, your answer is D, the sperm fuses with the ovum. 40. The main reason for practicing family planning is to A, make our families richer, B, improve the economy of a country, C, give individual more leisure time, D, ensure sufficient resource for each family member. What's your answer for 40? 40. So the Jamaicans are saying that it is D. St. Kitts and Nevis is saying that it's D. I think I saw Guyana just now. Guyana is saying that it's D. Trinidad is saying that it's D. Barbados is saying that it's D. Jamaica insists that it is D. Antigua is also saying that it is D. So many persons have pretty much the same idea of the answer for question 40, to ensure sufficient resource for each family member. 41 is going to be, chromosomes are made up of protein and DNA. That's A. Protein and RNA. That's B. Protein and starch. That's C. Protein and fats. That's B. What's your answer for 41? Keep bringing in the answers. 41. Jamaica is saying that it is A. Guyana is saying that it is A. Trinidad is also saying that it is A. Guyana, A. Barbados is saying that it is A. And Jamaica insisting that it is A. Jamaica continue to insist that it is A. British Virgin Island, they are saying that it is A as well. Antigua is saying that it is A. All right, so a whole lot of persons, a whole lot of answers there. What's going to be your answer? Will it be as the guys from the British Virgin Islands said? 41? Or answer there is going to be DNA for 41. The British Virgin Islands, they are making their way on the Caribbean stage. All right. 42. Which of the following are true about the fallopian tube? 1. Facilitates the passage of ovum to the uterus. 1. 2. Site of fertilization of the ovum occurs. 3. Produce the ovum. What's your answer? A. 1 and 2. B. 1 and 3. C. 2 and 3. D. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's your answer for 42. If you are not seeing your name calling and you're answering, it means that you're not following the answering convention, which is to say which number question you're answering, what is your option, and which island you're answering from. So we're answering now question 42. Now, Philip, can you just remind me which island this is again? Nice flag. Philip, remind me of your island, please. Remind me of your island. I am not a great social studies student. Where are you? Right here. So 42, I'm seeing the Antiguan. They are coming out real nicely tonight. The Jamaicans are pretty much on the same path. The Trinidadian is right there. The Jamaicans are insisting. Oh, Philip is from Dominica, that pretty flag there. So the Dominicans, they are out nice in the front. The Jamaicans are there. But I'm seeing the Jamaicans, they are now saying, oh, they're up to 43. That's moving a little too fast. We want to be in the same lane with everybody. Really don't want to get out of the lane before the gun. So for 42, let me just share with you my friends from Dominica. Dominica there, they are saying that it is A for the answer, which is going to be which of the following are true about the fallopian tube? 1, facilitate the passage of an ovum to the uterus, and it's pretty much the site of ovulation. So 43, it will be now 43. All right, so 43, which of the following rows show correct example of genetic and environmental variation? Genetic variation comes first, then environmental variation. So A, height and eye color. B, tongue rolling and height. C, height and tongue rolling. D, eye color and tongue rolling. What's wrong with you? What's your answer there for 43? Will it be A, B, C, or D? What's your answer for 43? The Jamaicans are saying that it is C. 43. What are my other islands saying? Please be reminded of our naming convention. You are going to be, remember guys, you do naming convention in chemistry. You are going to write which question you're answering, what's your option, and which Caribbean island you're from. You can use the flag. All right, so Trinidad is also saying that it is C. Antigua is saying that it is B. All right, it seems as if we are divided on this one because we are getting B, C, B. Barbados is saying that it is B. So it means that I'll have to say a little thing or two before we move on from this one, because it's probably the first question that we would have asked that we would have had so many different answers for. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about this question. Now we are looking at genetic variation and we are looking at environmental variation. When we think of these two variations, very quickly we're going to be thinking about continuous and discontinuous variation. Environmental variation is going to be, should I say, impacted or influenced continuous variation, while genetic variation will be the same thing as discontinuous variation. Now, when we look at these answers, when there is continuous variation, as it suggests, there's a continuum. So you'll be able to find a midpoint, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, continuous variation. So as it were, for height, you can find different height. I'm almost certain that everybody in your household is of a different height, right? So that would have been an environmental variation. That would have been continuous variation. When it comes to eye color, that is polygenesis, and take that out of the equation totally. We're not looking at that at CXC. Then when you look at tongue rolling, there's a controversy as to whether one can learn to roll their tongue or persons were born with the ability to roll tongue. It doesn't really matter if you were born with it or if you learn to roll it. It's either you can roll it or you can't roll it. And that is going to be discontinuous variation. It's either you have attached earlobe or you don't have attached earlobe. It's either you have widow's peak or you don't have widow's peak. It's either you have freckle face or you don't have freckle face. So height is correctly placed with environmental variation or continuous variation, and tongue rolling is correctly placed with genetic variation or discontinuous variation. Now, when we look at C, height is not a genetic variation. All right, that is environmental factor. You can eat, and when we look at height, let's look at the height of a plant. If we were looking at using inorganic fertilizer versus organic fertilizer, inorganic fertilizer might cause those plants to grow faster than those using inorganic fertilizer. So the nutrient content could make a difference in the height. Now, when you look at eye color, we spoke about that already. It is polygenesis. So the answer here for question 43 is going to be B. Now, if you look at my YouTube channel and you saw D, it is incorrect. The correct answer is actually B. If there's any teacher want to weigh in on that, I will just make way for the explanation. If there's any teacher want to add to what I said now, you can pretty much write and we will put it on the screen. Yeah, tongue rolling can be used. So what's your answer there, awesome one? What's the difference between what? What's the difference? I'm not too sure what you're asking about. This is a question of controversy. So I have no problem with persons weighing in and giving me their views on the question. Anything? Anybody? We all slow down. We don't have any teacher in the group. Come on, guys. So for 43, we had a whole lot of persons saying a whole lot of thing. The answer is actually B. I am waiting for a teacher to second what I have said or to provide further explanation. No, tongue rolling is not environmental. Yes, it can be learned. They say there's controversy around tongue rolling. And even when I answered this question, that was probably the controversy that inform B, but the answer is actually B. The answer for 43 is B. And feel free to ring up your teacher. Feel I am open to conversation. I am that type. I consider myself a reflective practitioner. And where I err or whatever I have today doesn't mean that it can't change tomorrow. All right. So at this point, what is C? Let us look at C. All right, so we go back to the questions. So the answer there, genetic, is going to be tongue rolling. Now, eye color is out of the equation. Let us not pay attention to eye color. Let us just look at the height and the tongue rolling. All right, so can we move on? If you have any question, please say no. Do we have any question? Is there anything you'd want me to address, or you probably would want a teacher to address? I'm sure there are teachers here. There are always teachers in the room. All right, so let me see. Sir, my teacher explained it the same way. So just let me put some of the comment. Guys, it's very important, and that is why we have this class to correct misconception. And like I said, if I had something that was out, I try my best to correct it before the exam, and we do that here. All right, let me see what this is saying, sir. Let me see this now. Sir, hitchhiker's finger is environmental. You have to be careful. Let me explain hitchhikers. It's hitchhiker's thumb. And for those persons who don't know what it is pretty much the bending of the finger. So you would have seen on, I think, probably 2018 or thereabout paper. Now, the ability to flip the finger backward, it's either you are going to be able to do it or you might not be able to do it. However, the range at which you do it, that is going to be something different. The range speaks about the angle here, and this is going to be continuous variation. But the whole idea of being able to flip the finger backward is either you are going to be able to flip it backward or you are not able to flip it backward. So it's two different things that we're looking at. We're looking at one, the degree at which a flip is made, or we're looking at the possibility of you being able to do it or not being able to do it. All right, so we're looking at some of the comments on that question. It happens all the time. We have to correct things. We have to ring up our teachers. We have to call our lecturers. All of these things we have to do, but we try our best to get it right. Sir, I remember when you taught this subject on discontinuous variation and tongue rolling. All right, but sometimes even these questions baffle me. Sir, because I'm unable to see the paper, can you call out answers, not just the letters? I have been calling out the answers all night. I've been calling out the answers all night. That is what I think I've been doing. Can someone please explain the hitchhiker finger for me? All right. Let me just do this. All right, forgive me, guys. We have to slow down the class. I like to say that Jesus came for the sinner, not for the saved. So if there's any saved one here and you can save somebody else, that would be nice. All right, so we're talking now about continuous and discontinuous variation, right? And there are many examples. Now, when we spoke about hitchhiker's thumb, right? Hitchhiker's thumb in itself, being able to flip the finger, the thumb backward, that is a discontinuous variation. When we talk about widow's peak, the ear coming down here, that is discontinuous variation. What it means, it's either you have it or you don't have it. There's no mid ground. When we talk about blood group, A, B, AB, O, those are discontinuous variation. So it's not fair to say it's either left or right. Because when you look at blood group, it's more than left or right. Now, when you look at your ear attachment, here, you're going to have it's either attached or detached. That is discontinuous variation. So with discontinuous variation, is either or either. right? Now, when it comes to continuous variation, there is continuum. And I like to say continuum. If you look at the persons in your house and you were supposed to get everybody to stand beside each other, you'll realize that some persons are taller than some persons. And what we're saying with continuous variation, it is influenced by the environment. With discontinuous variation, we are saying that it is influenced by genes. So we say it's genetic variation. I do hope that I helped you there. If not, I'm going to ask any teacher that is in the room to just help us. The difference between continuous and continuous variation. So I looked at that just now. All right, sir, can I see the paper properly? Yes, you can see the paper properly. Forgive me, guys. Forgive me. All right, forgive me. I do that sometimes. My students know. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I find some things funny. And that one is funny. Everybody will agree that that is funny because there's over almost 1,000 persons looking at the paper, and one person is saying, "Can I see it clearly?" I don't know how I'm going to do it. So I find it funny. Sorry. All right, 44. Good health may be the best. Good health may be best defined as A, the absence of disease as well as complete physical well-being. The absence of disease as well as complete social well-being, a state of complete physical, social, and mental well-being, and D, a state of complete physical, economical well-being. For 44, what will be your answer? All right, so the Jamaicans are saying C. The Barbadians, they are saying C. The Jamaicans are insisting. All right, C. The Guyanese are saying that is C. The Jamaicans are insisting that it is C. So our answer there is, of course, going to be C, a state of complete physical, social, and mental well-being. 45, our question will be, in which of the following structure is an allele for eye color located? Now, this question was on the 2018, and it was a little different. The nucleus was a part of it. I don't know if CXC corrected the question or corrected the option, but it comes back on the 2020 paper like this. So A, chromosome, B, mitochondria, C, Golgi apparatus, and D, endoplasmic reticulum. 45. What is your answer for 45? The Guyanese are saying that it's A. The Barbadian, they are saying that it is A. The Jamaicans are also saying that it is A. Anybody else? The British Virgin Islands, they're also saying that it is A. All right, that's it. No, nobody else, nothing else to share. All right, awesome. So that's going to be A. It's a genes, and you're now talking about nucleus and chromosome. That is where you're going to find genetic information. So 46, I would have a video out on that I really broke down immunity. Break it right down so you understand active, passive, acquired. All of those stuff I did in that video. You probably want to check it out. It's probably too late now, but if you ever need to know about immunity, you can check it. It's on my YouTube channel. Item 46 refers to the following diagram of a mother breastfeeding her baby. All right, so the mother breastfeeding the baby. What kind of immunity is illustrated by the activity above? Is it A, natural acquired active? Is it B, naturally acquired passive? Is it C, artificially acquired active? Or is it D, artificial acquired passive? What's your answer for 46? 46. The Jamaicans are saying B. Trinidad is also saying B. Oh, wow. Guys, you cannot afford to go to a HSB exam and don't know the type of immunity that exists between mother and child. You cannot allow yourself, and you cannot afford to go to the exam and don't know the type of immunity that exists when you get a vaccine, because I'm almost certain they are going to be asking you about the COVID vaccine and the type of immunity. It is a regional paper, and that is what's trending now, COVID. All right, so our answer there, the Jamaicans, answer is going to be natural, acquired, passive. And we move on to question 47. Question 47. Oh. 47. Antibiotics are chemicals which can safely be taken into the body. They do not harm human cell, but they destroy A, fungi, B, molds, C, viruses, and D, bacteria. What's your answer for 47? So 47, the Jamaicans are saying that it is D. Some Jamaicans are saying that it is B. The Barbadian, they are saying that it is D. The Guyanese, they are saying that it is D. Jamaican again is saying that it is D. Trinidad is also saying that it is D. So 47, our answer there is going to be D for bacteria. 48, during asexual reproduction, an organism produces new organisms that are identical to the parent by the process of A, mitosis, B, meiosis, C, pathogenesis, D, reduction division. What is your answer for 48? All right, so I'm seeing something that might be useful to persons on the stream. Joel Williams is saying something. Thank you very much, because I don't know all those technical stuff, but that's a good aid there for persons who have been asking about increasing and not being able to see the size. I'm most grateful for that, Williams. All right, great. So for 48, 48, I'm seeing the Jamaicans. I'm seeing British Virgin Island. 48 there for A. So the Jamaicans. So 48 is going to be mitosis, 2 daughter cells being produced. 49, which of the following disease is caused by a fungus? Is it A, typhoid? Is it B, ringworm? Is it C, gonorrhea? Or is it D, tuberculosis? What's your answer for 49? Please join me on YouTube. On YouTube, that's where we're having the class tonight. All right, so some of my students can't find me. Let me just resolve that. Just give me a minute. I'll try to resolve this issue. Just a minute. Keep answering, guys. I will join you soon. All right. Guys, I'm coming. Just trying to get my students to find me. They are saying that they can't find me for class. All right, so let us see what's happening. We're answering question 49. 49. All right, so the Barbadians, they are saying that it is B. So it's going to be ringworm. Ringworm is not a worm. Ringworm is not a worm. It's actually a fungus. All right, so we move on to 50. I want to say thanks much to my students from the TCP platform who decided to share their class tonight with other members from YouTube. I must say, these students, this is what we talk about being selfless. These are paid students and they are paying for classes. And they just say, sir, tell you what, we want to share our class tonight with the, other students on YouTube who might be struggling. I want to say a big thank you on their behalf. I want to say a big thank you on your behalf to them. All right, so 50. SEMA has the following sign/symptom: constriction of the bronchial tube. Did we answer the 49? Great. Of a bronchial tube, coughing and wheezing. She's most likely suffering from A, asthma, B, malaria, C, typhoid, and D, tuberculosis. What is your answer? Please be reminded to like, share, and of course, subscribe. I know that there are some persons who are just not that, but it's free here. So the most you can do is to subscribe, like, and share. And don't be selfish. Send it to your classmate. You're not the only person in your class doing the exam. There's no need to boast at the end that you pass and your classmate fail. We want everybody to fail. I am not doing the exam, and I'm here with you. So I think it would be nice if you share it with your classmates. All right? I think it would be nice. All right, so we want to find the answer for question 50. So I think I saw a new flag just now. Let me go on now. Oh no. All right, so the Jamaicans are saying A, Barbados A, Jamaica insists that it is A. The Guyanese are also saying that it is A. I'm seeing some more A's. Trinidadian, they are saying that it is A. The Jamaican insists that it is A. The Jamaican, I'm seeing, oh, that is a long time question. Okay, great. So I'm seeing, all right, great. So who wants to speak loudly? All right, awesome one. Great. So we continue. That's the answer for 50. So we move on to 51. Which of the following cells does the AIDS virus attack? Is it A, phagocyte? Is it B, muscle cell? Is it C, erythrocyte? Or is it D, lymphocyte? Which of the cell does the AIDS virus attack? And I'll just say a little about AIDS as soon as we get these answers in. So we're answering now for question 51. The Jamaicans are saying that it is D. Jamaicans saying that it is D. The Barbadians, they are also saying that it is D. The Jamaicans insist that it is D. And we are looking at the answers coming in. Good night. I am Mr. Wilson from CSEC Biology TCP. You can find us on our website at tcp-academy.teachable.com. We offer classes in biology and human and social biology for CXC all year round. If you so desire just to do a single topic, you can do it with us. If you decide to do a part of the syllabus, you can do it with us. If you decide that it's just the labs that you want to do, we have animations for all the labs, and if we don't, we will write the animation to make sure that you better understand the labs. We also have very flexible payment plans, so to speak. We collect payment via PayPal, Western Union, bank transfer, and the one I hate the most, giving me the money in my hand. I really don't like it, but some persons are the best way they can pay. So we have clients from right across the Caribbean. We have a student from almost all the Caribbean islands in our classes. So we offer Caribbean integration, and there is no barrier with the language. There's no barrier. All right, within a week or two, everybody here really understand everybody. All right, so we are looking at 51 Guyana there coming out. So let us look at 51. If we have any concern, please type it in the chat that we can share it with others. So 51. Who wants to go up for 51? What about Trinidad? What is Trinidad saying? Let us see what Trinidad is saying. All right, so Trinidad is saying, oh, they missed that. All right, the Jamaicans are saying that it is. Let's move on. It seems that if we are seeing it better now, if it is seen is better, just let us know, because we're going to be doing another paper and I want everybody to see it. But I just don't like to be echoed. All right, I'm trying my best, and there are persons who come and just find all the fault. I don't like it. I just like, let's try to just work, Or if you want to send me a computer, I can do it, that's fine. But I just try to work with what I have. All right, 52. If infected persons display signs and symptoms of disease, which of the following sign and symptoms are correctly classified? This is another controversial question. And we have had this controversy from last year. We have been looking at this controversy. My answer probably on YouTube is not the same one I'm going to give you. And if you ask me why, I'll tell you why. Because I am a reflective practitioner. So let us go. Sign is first and symptoms come second. So A, headache comes under sign and shivering under symptom. Is A the answer? B, sore throat comes under sign and headache comes under symptom. Is B the answer? C, shivering under sign and sore throat under symptoms. D, headache under sign, sore throat under symptom. What is your answer, A or B? Be mindful that symptom refers to those conditions that the patient would have to communicate to you. I'm feeling dizzy, I'm feeling a pain, that sort of a thing. While sign refers to those things that you can see, a bump, some pimples, a rash. And then I will just share with you the controversy around 52. Item 52, what's your answer? So some persons are saying C, the Jamaicans are saying C, Barbadian are saying C. Sir, can you remove the answer logo? Trinidadians are saying, sir, C. 52, C. All right, awesome. So let us talk about what is happening here for this question. 52, Trinidadian. I don't even want an island. I want somebody to accept ownership. All right, great. So there we go. So 52 it is. What is the controversy around 52? And why some persons might choose sore throat as a sign? I'll tell you why sore throat could be a sign. And all of you can relate to this. And somebody who is more informed than I am, you can type in the chat. If fever is a sign which you have to detect with a thermometer, then sore throat in my head must be a sign as well. Because all that you will do, go to the doctor, open your mouth, they'll put a tongue dispenser on your tongue, use a flashlight, look in your throat, and they'll say that you have a sore throat. Isn't that same as detecting fever? Sign. However, if we were supposed to look at the most suitable answer here, the fact that you can't look at somebody and see that they have a sore throat, then shivering, you can see that somebody is shivering. So they are shivering because they are sick. Sore throat now, on the other hand, we're saying because in the strictest of sense, you can't really look at Mr. Wilson and say that I'm having a sore throat. I'd have to communicate that to you. Unless you're a doctor and you choose to look in my mouth, that's the only way you'll know that it's a sore throat. So for this question, the answer, of course, is going to be C. It's the most suitable answer at this time. So if you saw anything else on my channel, I don't know if you saw a D or anything else, the correct answer is C. All right, so let's move on to 53. 53, which of the following gases contribute most to the greenhouse effect? Is it A, carbon dioxide? Is it B, sulfur dioxide? Is it C, nitrogen dioxide? Is it D, carbon monoxide? So which of these will be your answer for 53? Okay, so somebody is saying that their teacher said B. Their teacher said B. Sore throat is a sign, headache is a symptom. Headache is a symptom. Headache is a symptom. All right, so let's look at that. Let's look at that. Let us look at this one. Sir, what you can see, symptom, what the person feels. Okay, so somebody here is saying, wrong, sir. Most teachers are saying that it is wrong, sir. Let me put that on the screen. Wrong, sir. Most teachers are saying that it is B, which means that we have to argue this again. That means that we have to argue this again. So for 53, what we're at, just give me a second there. We're at 52, we're not over 52. We don't leave any stone unturned. So 52, let's just pause a little bit and go back. 52, 52, 52, 52. That's all a bit, guys. Let us just bring closure to 52. All right, so let's get back to it. And let's cover this now and forever. So shivering, you can see shivering. I agree. Sore throat, you can see sore throat. I agree. It's just that the person would have to open their mouth. Now, B, if we accept that sore throat is a sign, because if you open your mouth and put the tongue dispenser on your tongue, you are going to be able to see the sore throat. Then naturally, it goes without saying, you cannot detect headache without somebody telling you. So if you ask me from my perspective, I am always going to be accepting sore throat as a sign, but as it is, I will always go with the mass. So I'm going to say to you, most teachers are going with headache. I agree, headache any day of the week. There is no contesting whether or not headache is a symptom. Headache is a symptom. In a matter of fact, if we look at the symptoms, shivering, not a symptom. Sore throat in my mind, not a symptom. Headache is a symptom. Sign, headache is not a sign. Sore throat, I continue to say that sore throat is a sign. If fever is a sign, Sore throat is a sign. So where do we go? I agree with the majority of the teacher, as a person would have said, headache. But then we have a divide. There are those who are saying that it's shivering. But if I were supposed to go anywhere honestly from this thing, honestly, you cannot miss out the fact that headache is a symptom. It can't be missed. It can't be missed. So, like we said, at any time, I'm willing to be open to argue any question. If there's any other suggestion here around 52, let us have it. I'll put it to bed. All right, 52B are both B are both symptoms. Wow, the controversy is raging. The controversy is raging. Can a teacher come on for me and let's talk about this? The students want to know. You can ring up your teacher now, guys. Ring up your teachers. I am not the person to run away. We must have closure on this. You are all going to CXC and all teacher will have to play a role or celebrate the passes or cry about the passes. So sore throat, shivering and sore throat. What is the answer? Is it B? Is it C? Headache is a symptom. Journey. What is your call on this question? The question with signs and symptoms are shivering, headache, sore throat. What's sore throat for you? Sign or symptom? What's sore throat for you? Sign or symptom?
Sore throat?
Yeah, sore throat.
That's fine.
It's a sign. You can use a tongue dispenser to see it.
Yeah.
Right. So shivering, trembling.
Sign.
Headache.
Symptom.
Let's go with most teacher. B it is. 52. Reach a resolve B. If you have anything else, feel free to communicate. I will move on at B for 52. I'll move on at B for 52 because I was long convinced that sore throat, you can put a tongue dispenser in the mouth and look and see the sore throat. All right, just like fever. So 53, which of the following gases contribute most to the greenhouse effect? Is it A, carbon dioxide, B, sulfur dioxide, C, nitrogen dioxide, or is it D, carbon monoxide? Let us see these answers. Yes, you can see the person shivering. Survey asks which are correctly classified. Sure, the headache is correctly classified, but not the sore throat. Austin, are you a teacher or student? Guys, just forgive me. We're going to catch up, man. Don't worry yourself. I'm not going to change you. But from time to time, there are some questions on the CXC paper that teachers right across the Caribbean are having different opinion on. I said question 55 on the 2021 paper is a problem. And it's not a problem for CXC. It's a problem for teachers' interpretation. So when we get to 2021, we are going to look at it. So we're having different persons having different views about this particular question. I strongly think that sore throat is a sign because you can pretty much detect it. If fever is a sign, then sore throat must be a sign. Must be a sign. All right, so let's move off with 53. Let's move off with 53. We can't be here. So 53 is going to be A. It is the most common whichever following gases contribute most to greenhouse. Carbon dioxide is the most common or most prevalent greenhouse gas. So A is going to be the answer for 53. Carbon dioxide. There's no controversy to that. Now 54. The Anopheles mosquito is known for the spread of A, dengue, B, malaria, C, cholera, and D, gastroenteritis. What is your answer for 54? Answer for 54? All right, don't fall asleep now. We're just warming up. We are almost at the end of this paper. So 54. So if you want to remember the question that we are hung up on, I did tell you before we started it that it would have been controversy. That question is going to be 52. 52, and if you are using a tongue dispenser to see the sore throat, I honestly think that it is, of course, going to be a sign. So 54, what is your answer for 54? Let me see your answer here. So it's going to be B. The Jamaicans would have had it there. 55, let's look at 55. It's not a controversy. This is a very easy one. 55, which of the following is the correct sequence when testing water for bacteria? Which of the following is the correct sequence in testing water? Now, this would have, we would have seen this on many exam paper, and they probably would have left out a step or replaced a step, but you just need to know the general thing, what happens here. So is it, the options are 1, examine the agar in the petri dish for the presence of coliform colonies. 2, incubate the petri dish at 35 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. And 3, place collected water in a sterile bottle. And then we're going to have 4, pour water onto sterile agar in a sterile petri dish. Now, what is going to be your answer? Will it be A, 1, 2, 3, 4? Will it be B, 2, 3, 1, 4? Will it be C, 3, 4, 2, 1? Will it be D, 4, 1, 2, 3? What's your answer for question 55? All right, so we are looking at question 55. The Jamaicans are saying that the C, Jamaicans, who do we have here? I am just reading the comments here. Forgive me. All right, so 55 is going to be C. 55, your answer for 55, C. That's going to be, but I do hope that you have the past papers. All right, so we move on to 56. All right, somebody, the person who told us how to see it, just write it again that we can share it. So 56 is going to be the process of adding a calculated amount of chemical that is effective for killing bacteria in a water treatment plant before before water is distributed to customer is called A, filtration, B, screening, C, chlorination, or D, sedimentation. What's your answer for 56? The Jamaicans are saying that it is A. Please be reminded to like, share, and of course, subscribe. Get all your friends to come on over. You really don't want to pass the exam alone and then you have an enemy. You really don't want to make an enemy out of this. All right? The Trinidadians, they are also saying that it is C. All right, so all right, so they say that is blocking. So chlorination is going to be the answer, which is of course C. All right, 57 is going to be 57, the process by which water vapor formation, B, evaporation, C, solidification, and of course D, condensation. Thank you. All right, so what's your answer there for 57? All right, so St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they are also in the building. We're looking at 57. Jamaicans are saying that it is D. '57, the Jamaicans are saying that it is D. Is there anything else from any other island? Trinidadian, they are saying that it is D. The Guyanese, they are also saying that it is D. So we're at 57. All right, so condensation, that will be for 57. 58. Compaction is done at landfills in order to A, control the dust, B, control the smell, C, get rid of space that may harbor pests, and D, recover material that are sent to be recycled. What's your answer for 58? The Jamaicans are saying that it's C. The Barbadian, they're also saying that it is C. We're at 58, 2 to go before another paper. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, it might be time to do so now. And if you're going to be doing the exam, you can pretty much just send me a WhatsApp. Send me a WhatsApp at this number. The number only answers to business call. So if it's not about signing up for my private platform, please do not message me. If you want to talk to me about content, please do so on the YouTube page. I usually respond to everything that is said on the YouTube page. All right, so St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they are also here. Guyana is also in the building. They have not taken the stage for a little while. No, that's not what I wanted. So Guyana is saying that 50. Oh, that's 50. That's far. We're past that long ago. We're 58. All right, so 58 it is. So 58 is C. 59, which of the following gases is produced in a landfill site? Is it A, ozone, B, steam, C, oxygen, D, methane? What is your answer for 59? 59? So our answer for 59 will be D, methane. And the final question here for the 2020 paper is going to be, which of the following substance is biodegradable? Is it A, wood? Is it B, plastic? Is it C, concrete? Or is it D, styrofoam? What's your answer for question 60? All right, 60. Trinidadians are saying that it is B. Jamaicans are saying that it is A. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they are saying that it is A. Jamaicans, again, they are saying that it is A. So I think we got two different answers there. All right, so the answer there is, of course, going to be wood. There is no trick or controversy to that question. So the only question that pretty much had everybody all over the place, including Mr. Wilson, is going to be question 52. So question 52, is there a teacher who would love to wrap up this question before we move into the other paper? Question 52, do we have any other teacher who would like to give their view, their opinion, their explanation to this question? You can do so now. There's nobody here, no other teacher here? No other teacher for to look at question 52? All right, so we're still having controversy around 52, whether it is C or B. Question 52. So if 52 we're still divided with 52, you will have to make a conscience call or pretty much ring up your teacher to find out. Ring up your teacher to find out where do you go with this. All right. But I am convinced, I'm still convinced, a sign is something that you can see. And you can use a tongue dispenser to see the sore throat. I'm convinced that the sore throat is a sign. We know without any doubt that headache is a symptom. There's no doubt where that is concerned. That's a symptom. So, Mr. Chad, all right, Mr. Chad, what's Mr. Chad? Let me go up here. All right, so Mr. Chad, that's Chad Edwards. All right, awesome. Mr. Edwards, I'm very, very happy to have you. I don't know if you want to share screen. I could probably send you the link and get you on screen so that your students can see you. Let me know if you need me to do that. We could share screen and the students can see you. Mr. Chad, would you like to talk to us about question 52? What's your view? Okay, so we're getting some persons. Let me see what's here on 52. I am a teacher. However, I thought it was B, but having thought about it, sore throat is not really visible. It is seen only after examination. So I changed my answer from B to what? What have you changed it to? And if you have changed it, are you now suggesting that a fever is not a sign? Mr. Chad, your students want you to come on screen. Okay. Robertson, sir, the fact that doctors can see that a sore throat is sore makes it a sign more than a symptom. So you see our question can really get really messy with teachers saying this. And that is why we have to have forums like these where students and teachers can meet, our teachers can meet, and we can iron out this question to make sure that we're sending the students into the exam with the best possible knowledge. But what we're having here is that even persons who were convinced are now moving to the other side of the fence in both directions. Persons are moving in both directions, like I said. Let me see what is happening here with Scott. Is sign where someone else can see, like a doctor, like a symptom is where doctor is where you can detect. Not so sure what's saying there. All right, so where are we? Nobody wants to take this on? Nobody. Sir, as a student, I believe that sore throat cannot be seen if you just look at a patient, but you can't look at a patient and see a fever either. And a fever is a sign. All right. They would have to indicate to the doctor that that they would check, to confirm if you cannot just look. I don't know. If I had it, I would have said it, but I'm torn and I'm asking other persons, what's your view? I made the disclaimer that I don't know everything. And when it comes up to somewhere where I can't answer, I am not going to act as if I'm the keeper of knowledge just to look right. No, Mr. Wilson not going to do that. Who wants to laugh or say whatever? Mr. Wilson is fine with that. Yeah, I am fine with that. Right? So fever is a sign because other people can feel it. But sore throat is a sign because other people can detect it. Now, can you tell from where you are that I am having a fever? No. But you probably can see some spot in my face. Anyway, we are going to leave this one here. And this is going to be the mode. I am going to log off. I'm going to build a new live. And then I'm going to come on again. Why am I going to do that? I'm going to make it easy for those persons who want to watch this live on this paper. I'm going to make it easy for them versus those persons who want to watch the other paper. All right, if you want, I could just jump over to 2019, which is already set in the queue, and we could do 2019. Now it is your class, it is your call. What do we do? I have 2019, which is already set. If I do 2021, you will not be able to see it. I'll be able to read it, but you won't be able to see it. All right, so I have seen your answer here, but this is where I am. I don't know what the answer is. I like shivering as a sign, but I still believe that sore throat is a sign. Now, if you close your mouth and the person can't see in your mouth, then one would say that. So I'm not really too sure how to call it. And that's a tongue dispenser. But I could become a little more graphic, guys. I could become, if you want to talk about what persons can see and what persons can't see. All right, I am without clothes. I am naked, naked as a demon born. And I have a rash in my grind side, right in the crease there. And I am walking on the road without clothes. Will you be able to see it? No. But if I spread my leg, you'd be able to see it. So when we talk about seeing and you have to open your mouth, I would have to open my leg for you to see that. Now, when a woman is having a yeast infection, can you just look at the woman and know that she's having a yeast infection? How different is that with the woman opening her leg to be swabbed versus a person opening their mouth for you to see the sore throat? Somebody explain that to me. All right, so I'm seeing 2021, I am seeing 2019. But like I said, this is Anai for those persons who don't know Anai. Anai is usually here vlogging with me. He's my little son, and he likes the vlog. All right, so you might hear him sometime in some of my videos. So he's saying hi in the play on me a bit. All right, so 2019 is on the screen. I like to do the older papers coming down so that by the time you get to the more current paper, you already know the answers because you'll be seeing them repeated over and over. So I would have gone a little bit and I was a really graphic just now, really, really graphic. For those persons who are still split between it. If yeast infection in a woman, or they call it UTI, that's what they call it. Or what are you talking about? Right. 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 Yeah, but I'm saying it's but what we're saying now, persons are saying that you can't see the sore throat. And I am saying that you can't look at a woman and see that she have yeast infection. Even if she had on no clothes. You can't just look at her. You'd have to spread her legs. And I'm saying spreading your legs is just like spreading your jawbone. When you spread your jawbone, Google sometimes till the answer are rubbish. Yeah, and what going to happen is that you're going to send to what the other place them over so some people answer some questions and sometimes it's not even. All right, so let me see here now. A symptom is a manifestation of disease apparent to the patient himself, while a sign is a manifestation of disease that manifestation of disease that the physician what is that perceives, that the physician perceives. So we are still quarreling over 52, and that is what I like about exam paper. They allow everybody to start talking, right? And if we had a CXC paper and there was no discussion at the end of the paper because there was a question or a couple of questions that we had problem with, then it would not have been a good paper. That's just the bottom line. It must test you. It must stretch your imagination. It should pull on some more resource. You should start collaborating in order to answer the question, because that is what makes that A student versus that BBA student. All right, that straight A profile. That is what makes that student, right? Good. I go by the book. So remember, we are looking for the most reliable answer. Our most reliable answer. So I mean, it would be B. I'm still hung up on that. All right, so I am not going to be the person to tell you which one to choose. I just tell you, I put the things on the table, and whichever one you think or your learning coach would have shared with you and you prefer to go with. Let us see. Probably we can read the CXC report to see if it was a big thing and what CXC said about the question. I didn't know that paid class. I didn't know that this was a paid class. Versus Mommy. No. I see somebody telling me they can sign up in a paid class. You can tell your teacher that you have a discourse. All right. That said, we are going to have a discussion, and usually my class, I guide my class. When you go to your class, you tell your teacher how to move on and when to stop. Right? I listen to my students, I talk to my students. I don't allow persons to really direct me in my class as to the speed. Right? So if we are doing something that is not going in your direction, feel free to use it. We have to move away from swatting for exam, learning. And we are going to learn by having discussion and discourse around things that we don't understand. Question. This is going to be our 2019 paper. So the other paper will come right after this. 2019 is going to be. All right, so we're ready to go now. So I do hope that you got your little bathroom break a while ago, and you got your little water, and you're ready to go up the hill. Usually I have this discourse, and when I'm having this discourse, you can go to bathroom, you can go get your water break, you can fix and lock the door and lock the car, and then you come up in. It is for a purpose. All right? It's not just talking. Different persons have different needs. As a teacher, I understand that we must break. We would have gone over an hour on a paper, and after we would have completed that hour, we're supposed to break. All right? Yeah, one mark means a lot, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to have the answer. But if I get it, I'll tell you. All right, let's go on now. All right, number 1, 2019, June. Plants obtain nitrates, A, directly from nitrogen gas, B, by the process of photosynthesis, C, when nitrate diffuse into the stomata, and D, by absorbing nitrate through their roots. What's your answer for number 1, 2019? All right, so the answers are coming in really, really fast for the number 1, 2019. A lot of persons would have had that correct. Our answer there for 2019 is going to be D, by absorbing nitrate through the roots. Number 2, which of the following is an example of a terrestrial food chain? A, seaweed to fish to seagull. B, pondweed to tadpole to fish. C, plant, grasshopper, bird. D, pondweed, tadpole, duck. What's your answer for number 2? All right, the Jamaicans are out. The Guyanese, they are also out. C is a common answer here. Is there anything else, or we're fine with C? All right, so this is not a trick question. Our answer, of course, is going to be C. There's no controversy around number 2. Number 3, in which of the following structure does photosynthesis occur? Is it A, ribosome? Is it B, Golgi bodies? Is it C, chloroplast? Or is it D, mitochondria? Number 3, what's your answer? The Jamaicans are saying that it is C. The Guyanese, they are also saying that it is C. I'm seeing, remember guys, you have to tell me which question you're answering. All right, so C. So our answer there for number 3 is going to be the chloroplast, C. Let us look at item 4. Item 4 refers to the following diagram, which shows the red blood cell before and after being placed in a concentrated salt solution for 1 hour. So we are seeing there before and we are seeing after. The change in the red blood cells shown in 2 occurs because water, A, enters the cell by osmosis, B, leave the cell by osmosis, C, leave the cell by diffusion, D, enter the cell by diffusion. What's your answer for number 4? Number 4, what's your answer there for number 4? I do hope that everybody is enjoying the evening. We're all getting ready. And those persons who are not ready, you must be a little better or closer to D. Closer to D, you're writing down those answers and where possibly you can get the past paper. So we are looking at 4 and we're seeing a divide here. And once you see a divide, we tend to slow down. Some persons are saying C, some persons are saying B. All right, so our answer here for number 4 is going to be B. Now remember that the movement of water is always going to be osmosis. The movement of water, osmosis is the movement of water, not the movement of liquid. Water. Let us look at item number 5. Item 5 refers to the following aquatic food chain. We have phytoplankton, zooplankton, fish, water bird. The producer in the food chain is A, fish, B, water bird, C, zooplankton, or D, phytoplankton. What is your answer for number 5? Number 5, it's going to be D. Number 5, it's going to be D. All right, 6. To which of the following food groups do oats belong? Is it A, fruits, B, staples, C, legumes, and D, vegetable? What is your answer for question number 6? So for question number 5, your answer was D, phytoplankton. Question number 6, nicely said, staples. B is your answer for question number 6. For question number 7, which of the following statement is true about pepsin? Is it A, is secreted by the pancreas, is secreted in the pancreatic juice? B, convert proteins to amino acid? C, converts protein to polypeptides? D, function best in alkaline conditions. What is your answer for 7? So we're seeing C for 7, we're seeing B for 7. C for 7, B for 7. We're seeing C for 7, we're seeing B for 7. So let's deal with that very quickly. So we are looking at which of the following statement is true about pepsin. All right, pepsin is found in the stomach. Let's treat with that. Now, pepsin would be breaking down protein into polypeptides. Then the pepsin, the polypeptides will move on into the small intestine, where trypsin is going to continue the digestion of the polypeptides. And pretty much in this area is where we are going to have it being broken down into amino acid. So B is not your answer. It is actually C. That is the answer for question number 7. C. And that is not a trick question. That is, there's no controversy. C is your answer. Number 8. Which of the following vitamin can be produced by the skin as well as obtained from food? Is it A, vitamin A? Is it B, vitamin B? Is it C, vitamin C? Or is it D, vitamin B? What is your answer there? So number 8, B coming in. So there are so many questions, so many answers for D. All right, number 8. All right, let me give you the answer there for number 8. For number 8, your answer is going to be D. Number 8, your answer is vitamin D. All right, so we're going to move on to number 9. It seems as if we're struggling with this paper. Oh, wow. All right, let's go back to number 7. Let's go back to number 7. All right, number 7. Let's talk about number 7 very, very quickly. Food enters the mouth. Salivary amylase, starch. The food moves on to the stomach, protein. Pepsin will act on the food in the stomach. Agree? Everybody get that right? Pepsin will act on the food in the stomach. Now, the pepsin will break it down into peptides, polypeptides, and then the digestion of this will continue with trypsin in the small intestine. Then it's going to continue in the small intestine, where erepsin is going to be working on the peptides to break them down into amino acid. So it is not true to say that pepsin breaks down protein into amino acid. It does not. It pretty much starts the process of digestion, but it is not responsible for the final product or for the final product of protein digestion. So your answer is C and not B for question number 7. Erepsin is going to be breaking it down to amino acid. I do hope that that was clear for number 7. And there's no trick question about it, so we don't have to talk about a controversy for it. There's no controversy, trust me on that. So you might have seen it and there's error. Yeah, we have error now and then, but we are correcting the error. And where I don't know, I just don't know. And I tell you, I don't know. I'm not the guy who's going to play hero or try to deceive you because I want to look right. I don't want to look right. Now, item 9 refers to the following pie chart, which shows the proportion of food group. in a balanced diet. So you should be seeing it on your screen. You should be seeing it on your screen. They're great. Now, the person diagnosed with diabetes mellitus should A, increase fat intake, B, decrease protein intake, C, decrease carbohydrate intake, or D, increase fruit and vegetable intake. What's your answer for number 9? All right, so everybody coming out with C, apparently this is an easier question. So C there for number 9. I realizing now that persons are asking me, what is the answer for this? What is the answer for that? And when it was there, you were still complaining that it is on the screen that you can't see. You see why I have to take a decision in what I do, or else I'll be just going here, there, and everywhere. All right, so let's move on. So number 10, which of the following teeth aid in grinding food into smaller pieces? A, incisors and premolar, B, molar and premolar, C, incisors and canine, D, canines and molar. What is your answer for number 10? So number 10, the Jamaicans, the Guyanese, they are out. Number 10 is going to be B, molar and premolar. Number 11, kwashiorkor is a deficiency disease caused by a lack of, this is a repeat question, you would have seen it on the 2020 paper. A, fat, B, protein, C, glycogen, D, carbohydrate. What's your answer for question number 11? This seems to be an easier question than the one about amino acid. I do hope that I probably would have had some error like that probably on my 2015 paper or something like that, but I do hope that I did clear up that misconception now. I also suggest to persons who are watching these past papers on YouTube, when you watch a past paper, please go to the comment below the video to see if any corrections were made. Sometimes we make corrections. I am not here to point finger at anybody. We all have errors, all right, including Mr. Wilson. All right, I don't do the point finger play game. I support all my colleagues on YouTube, and from time to time we chat, even though you don't see us, we do. All right, so it's a place to educate, not a place for anything else. All right, so that's 11. Let's move on to 12. All right, 12. Which of the following represents the correct sequence of events in the formation of a dental cavity? These are the options, and then we are going to choose the answer. So 1, abscess, 2, dentine decay, 3, enamel decay, 4, plaque formation. Will your answer be A, 1, 2, 3, 4? Will it be B, 2, 1, 3, 4, C, 4, 2, 3, 1, or D, 4, 3, 2, 1? What's your answer for question number 12? So Turks and Caicos is here. Hi, welcome. All right, so we move on to another question. Guys, let me say this. I'm going to say this. I'm going to respond to anything outside of the answer for the last. Last year, when we had marathon on this very platform, we didn't even have a past paper to look at. All I was doing was reading and the students were answering. You have a semblance of something that look like a past paper. You have the exam tomorrow. It was your responsibility to get past papers to practice. The fact that we have it here, just don't complain. Just try and partake in what we have. We are doing our best. All right? Each time you type these things on the screen, I read because there are persons who are contributing positively to the conversation. So I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. But when you type garbage, I have to stop to read that and then waste time. And then somebody is going to say, sir, move on now. All right, so let's partake in what we have. If we can't fulfill your need, I'm very sorry. Probably you can catch us over the paid platform. All right, so we move on. Item 13 refers to the following diagram, which shows a part of the human digestive tract, right? Like I like to say, once you're seeing a diagram, try to identify all the parts before you get to your exam, before you get to the question. That tells you a lot about how prepared you are. Now, which organ is responsible for the digestion of protein only? Now, which organ is responsible for the digestion of protein only? We're answering question 13. Question 13. So question 13 or answer. All right, so question number 14. The process of egestion is defined as the removal of A, toxic waste, B, non-toxic waste, C, metabolic waste, D, undigested waste. What's your answer for number 14? Number 14? What's your answer for number 14? So I'm seeing D, I'm seeing C, I'm seeing D. All right, D and C are the popular answers. So let us look. The process of egestion is defined as the removal of undigested. Now, it is not excretion, it is egestion, right? And I don't want to come with any more controversy, but the whole idea of undigested food is wrong. Because if we spoke about mechanical digestion, then feces could never ever be undigested food. Could never be, because it went through the mouth and we chewed it and all of that. And it's not the same big dumpling that we ate if you're in Jamaica. But that is the most suitable answer here. So D is going to be the answer for number 14. Item 15 refers to the following table, which shows the function of some structure of the respiratory system. All right. Now, the function, structure 1, filters warm and moist air. 2, prevent food from entering the trachea. 3, provides air passage to each lung. 4, produce sound with voice box, vocal cord. What's your option? It's going to be A, B, C, and D. With A, number 1 being epiglottis. 2, larynx. 3, nasal passage. 4, bronchus. B, 1, bronchitis. 2, bronchus, sorry. 2, nasal passage. 3, larynx. 4, epiglottis. C, 1, nasal passage. 2, epiglottis. 3, bronchus. And 4, larynx. D, 1, larynx. 2, bronchus. 3, epiglottis. 4, nasal passage. What's your answer? Is it A, B, C, or D for number 15? Number 15. So our answer there is, of course, going to be C. All right, so we move on to another page. Which of the following reagent is used to test for glucose? Which of the following reagent is used to test for glucose? Is it A, iodine solution? Is it B, copper sulfate? Is it sodium hydroxide? Or is it D, Benedict solution? What's your answer for number 16? We're doing the 2019 paper. Your answer is going to be D, Benedict solution. Number 17. To deliver mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, the following steps should be taken. These are the steps from which you'll choose. 1. Press the head back with one hand and push jaw upward with the other. 2. Pinch nose and seal your mouth with the casualty's mouth. 3. Give 4 quick blows into the casualty mouth and repeat every 5 seconds. 4. Place casualty on the back. The correct order in which these steps should be taken is A, 1, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, 1, C, 3, 4, 1, 2, D, 4, 1, 2, 3. What's your answer for question number 17? What's your answer for question number 17? All right, question number 17. Most persons are finding it challenging. It's going to be D. Your answer there is D. Number 18. Which of the following is not a characteristic of gaseous exchange surface? A, moist. B, thin-walled. C, small surface area. D, well supplied with gases. What's your answer for number 18? So for number 18, your answer is going to be C. No controversy. Number 19, which of the following substance found in cigarette smoke is addictive? Is it A, tar, B, nicotine, C, carbon dioxide, or D, carbon monoxide? What is your answer for question number 19? So your answer for question number 19 is going to be B, nicotine. Number 20. Item 20 refers to the following diagram of a cell. The diagram most likely represents A, liver cell, B, phagocyte, C, lymphocyte, D, red blood cell. What is your answer for question number 20? And we move on to another page. Your answer there being B. 21. Item 21 refers to the following incomplete table, which shows blood vessels and the organs they supply. It shows blood vessels and the organs they supply. So blood vessel, starting out 1, the organ that this blood vessel supply is the lungs. Blood vessel, hepatic artery. 2, what organ would this supply? Blood vessel 3 supplies the intestine. Renal artery supplies organ 4. Which of the following correctly labeled 1, 2, 3, 4? With A, 1 being the iliac artery, 2, liver, 3, carotid artery, 4, kidney. B, carotid artery, 2, kidney, 3, iliac artery, 4, liver. C, 1, pulmonary artery, 2, liver, 3, mesenteric artery, 4, kidney. D, mesenteric artery, 2, kidney, 3, pulmonary artery, and 4, liver. What is your answer for question 21? Question 21, what's your answer? So item 21 is going to be C, that's your answer. 22, which of the following best describes the function of a pacemaker in the heart? Is it A, increased heart rate, B, decreased heart rate, C, regulates the heart rate, or D, prevents the heart from overworking? What's your answer for question number 22? All right, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so now. I was silent a while ago. I was just looking at the number of persons that are on the show. I tend to look at that, the numbers. All right. So we are looking at question number 22. Your answer is going to be C. Number 22, the answer there is going to be C. All right, great. So we go to 23. High blood pressure most likely leads to A, cardiac problems, B, stomach ulcer, C, liver damage, D, lung damage. What is your answer for 23? All right, for those persons who are on the platform for the first time, my name is Wilson from TCP Academy. We offer classes in biology and human and social biology all year round. We're pretty dynamic that we offer a single topic, a single lab. We pretty much offer that which a customer is willing to pay for. So whatever you're struggling with, you really don't have to sign up for the entire year. Just pay for what you want to learn, and we will offer that. We operate the channel tcp-academy.teachable.com. It should be scrolling on the screen anytime now. You can pretty much visit to see what we offer. Some of the products are there, some are not there. And also we operate the YouTube channel CSEP Biology TCP. It's pretty much our free platform. A lot of the video that we use on the paid platform would find even a part of it over there. But on the paid platform, we'd have way more videos. The quality is a little different over there. So if you have not yet signed for a class for September or January, or you know somebody or a classmate, you probably want to ask them to check it out. If you're an adult learner, this is the place to be. All our classes start at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And they are really interactive. We tend to use Zoom, we use Teachable, and a big part of my teaching tool, because we use a lot of video and animation, comes to you via WhatsApp. So we are well connected. I know all the names of my learners. They're all in my phone, and we talk right through the day. All right. So here we go with the question number 22. Item 22 is going to be C. Item 23 is going to be A. 24, blood pressure is highest in the A, veins, B, arteries, C, arterioles, D, capillaries. Where will the blood pressure be highest? 24. 24, where will the blood pressure be highest? So the blood pressure will be the highest in the arteries. So that's going to be B. 24, B. Alrighty, so we move on to a new page. Which of the following diagram represents the pelvic girdle? Is it A, B, C, or D? What's your answer for question 25? 25, is it A, B, C, or D? Is it A, B, C, or D? What's your answer? All right, so our answer here for question 25 is going to be B. So we move on to question 26. Question 26, the function of a marrow in the long bone is to A, store iron, B, reduce friction, C, make blood plasma, D, make red blood cell. What's your answer for question 26? And if it matters, we have 11,000 students watching the show at this time. 26, the function of the marrow in the long bone is to, what's your answer for 26? The answer is going to be D for 26. Your answer for 26 is D. So we move on to 27. Muscle group that oppose each other to produce movement are described as A, synergistic, B, contracting, C, antagonistic, and D, counteracting. What is your answer for 27? Antagonistic, that's going to be C. Now, if you look at 28 to 29, we are looking at a part of a nephron with a part that we're seeing there being A is going to be the afferent arteriole, and D is going to be the efferent arteriole. B is going to be the Bowman capsule, and C is going to be the proximal convoluted tubule or the first convoluted tubule. In answering item 28 to 29, each labeled part may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Now, 28, which labeled part collects filtrate from the glomerulus? What's your answer? Is it A, B, C, or D for question 28? What's your answer? Is it A, B, C, or D for question 28? '28 is going to be B. 29. Which labeled part bring blood to the glomerulus? Is it A, B, C, or D for 29? Is it A, B, C, or D for 29? Please be reminded to call a friend. Do not try to go to this exam to pass it alone. Take your classmates with you. So 29, what's your answer for 29? Answer for 29 is going to be A. So we move on to item 30. Item 30, which of the following joints allow movement in all directions? Is it A, knee, B, ankle, C, elbow, or D, shoulder? What is your answer for item 30? All right, what's the answer here? Item 30. Item 30. So these are our answer for item 30. That's the shoulder. 31. The part of the skin which act as an insulating layer holding heat in the body is the A, subcutaneous fat, B, sebaceous gland, C, sweat gland, D, hair follicle. What's your answer for 31? What's your answer? So A is the answer for 31. 32. Which of the following is an involuntary action? A, eating, B, walking, C, breathing, D, riding a bicycle. 32, what's your answer for 32? What's the answer? Answer for 32 is going to be C. 33. Which of the following action occurs to bring about accommodation in the eye? A, tightening of a suspensory ligament through relaxation of a ciliary muscle. B, loosening of the suspensory ligament through relaxation of a ciliary muscle. C, tightening of the suspensory ligament with no change in the ciliary muscle. D, loosening of the suspensory ligaments with no change to the ciliary muscle. What's your answer for 33? Yes, Tash? Tash, what's happening? Tash 22, what are you saying? You'll be screaming. All right, so let's continue. The 33, your answer is going to be A. For 34, which of the following hormone is responsible for causing the liver to convert excess sugar to glycogen? Is it insulin A, glucagon B, adrenaline C, and antidiuretic hormone D? What's your answer for 34? What's your answer for 34? All right, 34. Your answer for 34 is going to be A, insulin. 35. Which of the following statement is not true about the endocrine and nervous system? Is it A, they both respond to stimuli? Is it B, they are both responsible for coordinating and control of a body? Is it C, they both have specialized cells for transmitting and receiving information? Is it D, they both have the same response time for transmitting and receiving information? What's your answer for 35? Yes, sir. You all right? Hmm? You all right? All right, so we're looking at 35. So your answer for 35 is going to be D. 36. Which of the following hormones play a major role in the growth of human? Is it A, insulin? Is it glucagon B? Is it thyroxine C? Is it adrenaline D? What's your answer for item 36?
Daddy.
Yes? Stop, don't do that. All right, so what's your answer there for 36? Your answer for 35 was D. So the answer for 35 was D. Now we want to find the answer for 36. What's your answer for 36?
Daddy.
Yes? Yeah. All right? What's it here? Yes? Hmm? Got it. Not going to sleep, right? All right, so our answer there for 36 is, of course, C. So now we move on to 37. Item 37 refers to the following diagram, which represents the front view of a male reproductive system. So this is the front view of a male. Okay. Yeah. All right, so item 37 refers to the following diagram, which represents a front view of a male reproductive system. All right, great. Now, which of the following correctly identifies the structures labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4? Now, you're seeing 1, you're seeing 2, you're seeing 3, you're seeing 4. Now, A, 1 represents the sperm duct, 2 represent the prostate gland, 3 represent the seminal vesicle, and 4 the urethra. B, 1 represent the prostate gland, 2 represent the seminal vesicle, 3 represent the urethra, and 4 the sperm duct. C, 1 represent the sperm duct, 2 represent the urethra, 3 represent the prostate gland, and 4 the seminal vesicle. D, 1 represent the urethra, 2 represent the sperm duct, 3 represent the seminal vesicle, and 4 represent the prostate gland. What's your answer for 37? 37, what's your answer for 37? Hmm? The answer for 37? Now we move on to item 38. Item 38 Which of the following is a correct sequence of activities that occur when a person picks up a plate? 1. Impulses are sent down the white matter of the brain through the spinal cord to the arm. 2. Receptor detects the plate and an impulse is sent to the brain to make a decision. 4. Effectors contract and relax to pick up the plate. 4. Touch receptor in the skin and eyes keep the brain informed to coordinate action. Which is your answer? Is it A, 1, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 1, 3, 4, C, 1, 4, 2, 3, D, 4, 2, 1, 3? What's your answer for 38? Come on. Very good moment. I sit down. Done. All right, so we're looking at 38. Your answer there is going to be D. 39. Sexual reproduction is defined as A fusion of zygote, B, fusion of gametes, C, fission of gametes, and D, production of offspring by mitosis. What's your answer for 39? So your answer for 39 is going to be $40. $40. Which of the following methods of contraception function by preventing sperm from entering the uterus? So 40, is it A, barrier, B, natural, C, surgical, D, hormonal? What's your answer for 40? All right, so if you have not yet subscribed, it might be the prime time to do so. So we are at question number 40. And the answer is going to be A, the barrier method. All right, question number 40. And the answer is going to be A, the barrier method. 41. What's this? All right, it might be time for you to go to your bed. You're not going to bed. Well, you might just, get smart. All right, come down. I really can't deal with this. Here. Yeah, here. Come down. Yes. All right, ovulation is a process by which a female becomes pregnant, B, a male and a female gamete fuse, C, the egg is implanted in the uterus, D, a mature egg is released into the oviduct. What's your answer for 41? What's your answer for 41? All right, so our answer for 41 will be D. A mature egg is released into the oviduct. All right, 42. Item 42 refers to the following diagram, which shows a process occurring in human. All right, so the process illustrated above is A, mitosis, B, meiosis, C, cell transport, D, cell transmutation. What processes are highlighted there in 42? Item 42, our answer will be A, mitosis. 43, chromosomes are made up of protein and A, DNA, B, RNA, C, starch, and D, fat. What is your answer for 43? 43, what's your answer for 43? Your answer for 43 is going to be A. 44, which of the following shows correct example of genetic and environmental variation? And here we go again. Well, this was the controversy. We have genetic variation first and environmental variation after. Say A, height and tongue rolling and height, eye color and tongue rolling, height and eye color. That's 44. What's your answer there for 44? 44, I'm seeing C, I'm seeing A, I am seeing B. Oh, there's nothing, there's not, I explained this earlier on, what we just started on the other paper, I did explain this question. There's nothing trick to this question. There's no tricky. I said ignore eye color, that's polygenesis. And let us look at The answer is actually B. Answer is actually B. For 44. So it seems to be controversial to students, but the answer is actually B. I can't say that this one is a whole lot of controversy. But of course, I know people still struggle with continuous and discontinuous variation. All right, 45. This is now genetics. Let me see how good you are with genetics. Item 45 refers to the following genetic cross, which shows the inheritance of blood group in human. Alleles A and B are codominant to each other, and both are dominant to O. Both are dominant to O. You are seeing on screen there what's happening. Which of the following offsprings inherited the heterozygous recessive allele? Is it K, A, K, B, L, C, M, D, N? What is your answer for 45? All right, so you are all good at genetics. The answer is indeed D. So you would find O there, so the answer is indeed D. So we move on to 46. 46. SEMA has the following signs, symptoms: constriction of the bronchial tube, coughing, and wheezing. She is most likely suffering from A, asthma, B, malaria, C, typhoid, D, tuberculosis. What's your answer for 46? All right, so this one seems to be easy. Your answer there is A for 46. 47. Hypertension does not occur as a result of A, obesity, B, anemia, C, atherosclerosis, D, high cholesterol level. What's your answer for 47? Forty-seven. Answer for 47 is going to be B. B as in boy. All right, 48 to 49. Item, in answering item 48 to 49, each term may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Which term refers to a protein produced by blood plasma cells derived from B lymphocytes? What's your answer for 48? Is it A, antibodies, antibody? Is it B, antibiotic? Is it C, antitoxin? Is it D, antiserum? What's your answer for 48? What's your answer for 48? Answer for 48 is going to be A. 48, your answer is A. For 49, substances released by the body to neutralize harmful chemical produced by microorganisms. Is it A, antibody, B, antitoxin, A, antibody, B, antibiotic, C, antitoxin, or D, anti-serum? What's your answer for 49? 49, what's the answer? Yes or no? 49 is C. 50. Which of the following disease causes severe diarrhea and abdominal pain? Is it A, typhoid, B, ringworm, C, gonorrhea, or D, tuberculosis? What's your answer for 50? So tomorrow night, we are going to be on looking at the multiple choice paper for biology. We're going to be starting a little early. If my students will allow me, I have to see my bio students tomorrow. So they will dictate what time I get over here, of course. Mr. Reed, this happens to be a safe space. Don't trouble, I don't trouble you. All right, so we continue. So answer for 50 is going to be A. Answer for 50 is going to be A. Remember the flags that we're using are the flags of our country or our island. No other flag is accepted. Item 51 refers to the following diagram, which shows the stages in the life cycle of the mosquito. All right? What's wrong? Come, let me see it. Come. Which of the following stages are found in or on water? So you are seeing 1 being the adult mosquito, 2 being the egg, 3 larvae, 4 being the pupa. What's your answer? Is it A, 2 and 3, B, 3 and 4, C, 1, 3, 4, or D, 2, 3, 4? What's your answer for 51? All right, so we continue. I was distracted by what was happening on the screen there. All right, so our answer for 51 is D. 52. What type of immunity is acquired from the antibodies that are produced when a vaccine is administered? So when a vaccine is administered, what type of immunity is acquired? So we're looking at 52. What's your answer? So it's going to be artificial active. And I leave it. And I leave it. And I don't do that. Somebody's going to cry and I just feel like it. All right, 53. Beriberi is an example of a disease that is classified as A, hereditary, B, pathogenic, C, sexually transmitted, D, nutritional disease. What's your answer for 53? All right, 53 and going. Hi, what are you doing? Why are you saying all those words? I heard you saying some things that you shouldn't be saying. All right, so 53 is D. 54. Which of the following gases is produced in a landfill site? A, ozone, B, steam, C, oxygen, D, methane. And this is question 54. We are working on the 2019 Hsb paper major. '54 is going to be D, methane. 55. What is the effect of carbon monoxide on the human body? A, prevent oxygen uptake by the blood. B, damages cilia present on the trachea. C, causes eye irritation and reduce visibility. D, has toxic effect on the nervous system. What's your answer for 55? What's your answer for 55? So the answer for 55 is going to be A. 56, chlorine bleach can be added to drinking water to A, improve the taste, B, prepare it for filtration, C, destroy microorganism, D, remove unpleasant smell. What's your answer for 56? Come down. Come down. Don't go. No, don't trouble it. 56, what's your answer? 56 is going to be C. 57, which of the following substance contribute to the excessive growth of algae in waterway? A, nitrate and sulfate, B, nitrate and phosphates, C, carbonates and sulfates, D, carbonates and phosphate. What's your answer for 57? '57, your answer is B. So we move on to 58. And it reads, which of the following are effects of releasing untreated sewage into rivers and lakes. 1, increase in bacteria. 2, decrease in oxygen. 3, death of fishes. A, 1 and 2. B, 1 and 3. C, 2 and 3. D, 1, 2, and 3. What's your answer for 58? What's your answer for 58? For 59, which of the following is an example of non-biodegradable pollutant? So for 58, our answer was D. 59, which of the following is an example of non-biodegradable pollutant? A, lead. B, paper. C, cotton. D, sewage. What's your answer for 59? 59, the answer is A, lead. For 60, contamination of water sources is detrimental to humans because of the spread of waterborne disease such as A, rabies, B, cholera, C, influenza, and D, tuberculosis. What's your answer for question 60? It was good being with you. I will have to make my leave as my first class will start tomorrow morning at 5. My classes usually start at 5, and then we break at 6 or 7, depending on if I'm going to work, and then we resume at 6 in the evening. Just a reminder to those persons for 56 and 57, answers for 56. 56 is C, and 57 is B. 56 C, 57 D. So for those persons who have not yet subscribed, you have not liked, you have not shared, it might be time to do so. For those persons who you would have known that will be sitting either the exam next year, you can just pretty much introduce them to the TCP platform. We'll be very happy to have them here for the entire year, or for a section of the syllabus, or for a topic in the syllabus, or for a lab we don't know or we can help. We'll be very happy to have them here. I wish for you all the best in your exams. I do hope that dreams will come true and you understand, being that you are in the Caribbean, there's also opportunities outside of the Caribbean. Do not confine yourself to your local space or to just that which you know. There are opportunities all around the place that you can make use of. Make good use of social media. It will pretty much provide a lot of assistance free of cost. Sometimes all you need to do is to watch, to subscribe, or to share in order to get some very useful information. Tell somebody about the platform. You're going to be having an evening exam tomorrow, so you still have some amount of time to practice for the exam in the day tomorrow. So with that said, thanks much for joining. I'm going to be making my leave. And for those persons who have interest in doing business with me, that is signing up for one of my classes or anything like that, you can pretty much send me a mail, a WhatsApp at this number. It is for business calls only. Do not call me or send me a message to ask anything unless you are going to be asking about the paid platform. If you want to ask me about content, please ask me the question on YouTube. I will answer there. And when I answer there, several persons will benefit. So it will reduce the number of calls to ask me the same question. All right? Great. Top chopper. I don't even know what that means.
Daddy, I'm back to you.
All right. All right. All right. Yeah, guys, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so before you leave. All right, careful. All right, we're gonna play it. Thank you. Thank you. I've always been here. Hush. Hush, my boy. Yes, baby. Huh? Hungry bucket? Is that what you said? You sure? You sure?
Daddy.
Of readiness. This year, Mr. Wilson and his experienced team from tcpacademy.teachable.com is here to help you get exam ready. Subscribe for free to tcp-academy.teachable.com. We offer courses in CXC Biology, HSB, English Language, and many others. There are Thank you very much, Melbourne.
Daddy. 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 Daddy.
Hmm?
Back here.
Okay.
I'm back here.